Hi guys, my name is Noemi and welcome to my YouTube channel. I just wanted to put some good energy out there with this video that's going to focus on your back and in your glutes. I know a lot of people are feeling on edge and they're scared, they're worried about what's going to happen, but I always believe in the power of positive thinking, especially when you feel like, everything's falling apart. Your attitude really helps determine how things are going to play out in your personal life. If you just keep a bright outlook on things, we're definitely going to all make it out through this together. I'm going to first start off with showing you how I make my breakfast in the morning, but if you want to just go to the workout, you can go ahead and skip. I'm going to put the timestamp in the bio. Let's go ahead and let's get it.
So before we even start the workout, I'm going to show you guys how I make my favorite breakfast, which is cream of wheat. Us Dominicans, we call it farina. I love having this every morning. I use unsweetened almond milk as the base. You're going to see I like to sweeten it myself. I spice it up with nutmeg to get a little bit of a flavor. And then this is what I use to sweeten it, stevia leaf. It's so good. I love this. It doesn't make it too sweet. And then Mexican vanilla blend to give it that vanilla flavor in the background. And then these are my utensils that I use to portion size and weigh my food, so I'm on track with the goals and how I want to look like in my body. So it's actually really simple to start learning how to weigh foods. You take an empty bowl and you put it on your scale. Then you turn it on. Make sure that it's calibrated at 0 so you get an accurate reading. You pour in your farina. I'm going to pour in about 33 to 40 grams. This is the amount that I've discovered leaves me full for about 3 to 4 hours. And it's super important that you figure out what leaves you full, because we're two different people. And if you eat what I eat, you might feel hungry or you might feel overstuffed. Now I'm going to weigh my almond milk in a different cup, so I make sure the scale's on 0. And I also change the units on this to milliliters because I'm weighing a liquid. I pour it into the cup until I hit about 180 to 200 milliliters, just because that amount gives me the consistency that I really like in my farina. So some of you guys might like it a little thicker, some of you guys might like a little watery. This right here gives it to me in the middle, so this is how much I like to use. Now go ahead, pour your milk inside the pot, turn on the stove, and sprinkle in the nutmeg. Make sure you put a little bit, and then start to spin in the farina. So you want to make sure you're pouring this in as you're spinning so it doesn't clump to the bottom of the pot. The key here is just to keep spinning until you get to a consistency that you like. Right here you can see this is exactly what I like. I don't like it too watery, nor do I like it too thick, so I'm going to pour it out into my scale, into the bowl on the scale. I'm going to pour a little bit of the vanilla. I'm going to add almond butter to it, about 22 grams, and then I'm going to mix it all up together. I also add Chobani Greek yogurt for a little bit of protein, and then granola to give the farina a little bit of texture. And then this is the final product. I would usually add some strawberries or blueberries, but I've run out, so I'm just going to eat this and then go right into the workout. Our first exercise are banded reverse flies. The band is in between your hands on the floor, and then you're going to pull the band out to the side, lifting your arm up to the height of your shoulder. This is going to target your back muscles and your shoulder muscles. And this is also a really good warm-up that I like to do sometimes to warm up my back before I do pull-ups or anything that's a little bit more advanced. We're going to do 10 reps on each side. Make sure that you're taking your time when you do this so that you feel the muscle working and that you're not just trying to pull and yank the band out to the side just to get it over with. You want to make sure that you feel the exact muscles that you're supposed to be feeling when you do this exercise. Next are Australian rolls, and we're going to do 10 reps. I'm doing these on my equalizers that I got when I first started my calisthenics journey in 2017. But if you don't have this, you can kind of get creative with a partner as they hang over you and you can just pull on their arms. I'm going to actually link to how to do that in the bio, so take a look for that. But you want to make sure that you keep your body straight and that you're using your biceps and your back muscles to pull yourself up as you're flexing your elbows. We're going to do bent over rows next, so I'm going to tie my ankle weights around my wrist for some added resistance, but you can get super creative with whatever you have in your house, like gallons of water, anything heavy, books in a book bag so that you can be able to pull. Okay, bent over rows for 20 reps. You want to hinge from your waist and making sure that your back is flat. You're going to be pulling the weights to your chest near your rib cage. You want to pull your shoulder blades onto your back. You're looking forward and you're breathing. Mind muscle connection is the most important thing when you're doing these exercises. You want to make sure you're feeling the correct muscle. You don't want to feel this in your lower back, and you don't want to feel like you're straining anywhere in your neck. So just keep pulling to your chest, making sure you're feeling your back muscles and breathing and looking forward. Next, we're going to work on our pull-ups. If you don't have a pull-up, I actually have a great video on how to get your very first pull-up with a bunch of progressions. And if you don't have a pull-up to do this right now, then you can do one of these progressions instead until you build up into your very first pull-up. Try to do as many pull-ups as you can, even if it's 1 or 2 or even half, or just hold on to the bar. You're still getting strong, you're still making gains in your back, so keep holding on and you'll see how your body gets stronger and stronger the more that you do this. Now we're going to focus more on the lower body with single leg hip thrusts. We're going to do 10 on each side. You just want to find a chair that you can lay on. You're going to put the back of your shoulder blades on there, and then you're going to lift your hips up with just one of your legs. The other knee is going to be pulling into your chest. Make sure that you tuck your tailbone under so that you're not using your lower back in this exercise, and that you're looking forward and you're breathing. Now we're going to come down to the ground and do single leg glute bridges, 10 reps on each side. And it's the same exact setup as the hip thrust. The only thing is that you're on the ground and you're going to straighten your legs straight up towards the ceiling. So what I like about this is that it works the same exact muscles as the hip thrust, except you have more of a bias towards your glutes just based off the angle that your shoulders and your hips are on the ground. And just make sure that you're breathing, you're pressing through your heels so that you activate your glutes, creating that mind muscle connection, making sure that you're feeling your glutes and not your lower back in this exercise. And yeah, just keep going. Now we're going to do weighted glute bridges for 20 reps, and I'm going to place my ankle weights on top of my hips for some added resistance. Again, you can get creative with whatever you have in your house that feels comfortable on your hips, and then you're going to press your feet down to lift your hips up. That's the key there for that mind muscle connection. You want to feel your glutes as you do this and not your lower back. Now we're going to do glute kickbacks for 10 reps on each side. This, you're going to be on all fours and you're going to bend one of your knees so that you can kick the leg up and feel your glute as you do this. Try not to get into your lower back where you're arching your lower back a lot. You want to keep your back flat to make sure that you're feeling the correct muscle when you do this. And you can see here I attach my ankle weights just to put a little bit more resistance into this exercise, because sometimes you do this often and then you don't feel it after a while. You just add some ankle weights and you do a little pulse at the top so that you can feel this more. From there, we're going to do 10 squats. I usually place my feet as wide as the mat, and then I turn my toes out so that I can feel my glutes more, just because if you didn't know this, your glutes are an external rotator. So if you externally rotate your leg by turning your feet out, you get to target your glutes a lot more than if you had your toes forward. The last exercise we're going to do are glute kickbacks, and we're going to do 15 reps on each side. Find something that you can balance on, like I'm using my equalizers here. You could also just do the wall or a table. Just make sure that you have enough space to kick your legs straight back behind you, and make sure you're using your glute muscle. I tend to see a lot of people use momentum and arch their lower back a lot in this exercise, and I want to make sure that you're using the proper and correct form to do this, okay? So after you finish with this, I want you to repeat the entire circuit 3 times so you can get that burn, and make sure that you're feeling like you're actually working out super hard, especially when we're at home. Sometimes it feels like we're not working as hard as we don't have weights, but trust me, you can get a good workout without any weights at all. Before you go, like and subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram at MEVHenry. I'm always posting my pull-ups, my muscle ups. I post pretty consistently on my stories and on my feed. I like to share a lot of what I've been doing, like my freestyle calisthenics, my transformation from before and after, and my handstands. And I can't even believe I can do all this stuff, but I just want to share all of this with you guys. Hopefully this inspires somebody out there, and have a great night. Thanks for watching.